Good afternoon and welcome to our Senior School Cum Laude ceremony. I ask that you place your phones on silent and any other personal belongings beneath your seats and stand for the arrival of the official party and the singing of the national anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. With golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advanced Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advanced Australia fair. Beneath our radiant Southern Cross we'll toil with hearts and hands to make this Commonwealth of ours renowned of all the lands. For those who come across the seas, we've boundless plains to share. With courage let us all combine to advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advanced Australia fair.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please take a seat. Good afternoon to staff, students, and to our guests to the school this afternoon, the parents and friends of our prize winners. Welcome to the school's 25th Annual Cum Laude Assembly. To commence, I would like to welcome our guest speaker this afternoon, past grammarian from 2012, Harshal Pillay. In his final year, Harshal was captain of the school. He was also the dux of the school, winning subject prizes for chemistry, English, mathematics C, and drama. In year 12, Harshal was a recipient of a Morwood Academic Award. He is currently completing his medical degree at JCU. And I had the opportunity to sit down and catch up with Harshal a week or so ago. And there is no doubt he is a young man who has travelled a most interesting path. And I'm certain that you will enjoy his presentation to you this afternoon. Please make Harshal welcome back to his school. Today we have the opportunity to celebrate 284 students from years 5 to 12 receiving recognition for their academic achievements. We also celebrate 22 Year 12 students receiving an Alan D. Morwood Academic Award for receiving a Cum Laude Award and above since Year 7. Of these, 4 students have received a Maxima Cum Laude in each of their years at the school, a wonderful achievement. The prime purpose of education is the development of the human intellect in all of its dimensions: social, cultural, moral, spiritual, emotional, and physical. With this purpose at the core of our teaching and learning, education should prepare students to become independent, informed, and responsible citizens, and to empower them to deal with the complexity, diversity, and change evident in an increasingly globalised world. As a school community, it is imperative that we empower our students with a love of learning and a healthy spirit of inquiry, by which the young men and women in our care will learn the skills to not only access knowledge, but be able to apply it in the world in which they will inhabit. It is my view that this environment exists at Townsville Grammar School. Through a program of philosophical debate, strategic development, policy development and implementation, student and parent liaison, revised organisational structures, and staff development, a forward-thinking and progressive ethos has been established at Townsville Grammar School. An environment has been created in which students are challenged to apply themselves to their learning, strengthening the ability of staff to deliver differentiated academic programs that meet the needs of the students, all within a framework of traditional school values. In doing so, a stimulating, balanced and inclusive educational environment has been provided where students feel comfortable to take appropriate risks to challenge their intellectual, physical and personal growth. The purpose of our assembly this afternoon is to unashamedly celebrate academic excellence and the virtues of hard work and scholarship. The school's academic charter identifies the importance of an environment where learning and scholastic achievement are highly valued, and above all else, an environment where it is okay to do well. For me, I do not think we can ask any more of our students but to do their very best. And at the same time, we should not expect anything less. The Cum Laude Awards are an important and integral element of our academic culture, and it is important that we savour and celebrate academic success. This afternoon, we have the opportunity to acknowledge the students in years 10 to 12 who performed at the highest academic levels throughout semester one. I offer my congratulations to all of the awardees, and I also extend my sincere thanks to those who provide significant assistance to the students as well, parents, families and staff, who do so much to ensure that the students here today are able to achieve their very best. Congratulations to all. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to welcome our guest speaker to the ceremony today. Harshil Pillai joined Townsville Grammar in 2006 at the Annandale campus. He quickly involved himself in a range of activities and tasks, exhibiting a strong academic ability and enthusiastic approach to the co-curricular offerings at the time. He was the recipient of numerous Cum Laude Awards, Speech Night Awards, and was the Dux of his year in grades 7, 11 and 12. He received the R.P. Rubin Prize for Chemistry, Normal Sullivan Memorial Prize for English, A.H. Anderson Prize for Mathematics C, and Subject Prize for Drama. He received high distinctions in the Australian Mathematics Competition, ICAS Science and ICAS Information Technology examinations. He received the highest mark in the state for his Trinity College Grade 8 Speech and Drama exam. Within the co-curricular realm, he participated in inter-school cross-country, athletics, grammar singers, liaison, and debating. He performed on the stage in a lead role in the school's production of the Caucasian Chalk Circle, and he received age champion for athletics and then was selected to represent Queensland in long jump, triple jump, and high jump. Harshil was selected as school captain in 2012 and became the recipient of the Chelmsford Cup for Best All-Round Boy. After finishing high school, he enrolled in a Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery at James Cook University, later taking 3 years off during the degree to pursue his interests in theatre, travel and research. He performed in the lead role of Marius in the Townsville Choral Society's production of Les Miserables during this time and successfully made the shortlist for the National Institute of Dramatic Art. He has taken the time to travel to the United States, Japan, India, and New Zealand. This year, Harshal is involved in research on the applications of machine learning to cardiovascular MRI imaging and will be finishing his degree, completing his internship at the Princess Alexandra Hospital in 2023. Can you please warmly welcome to the lectern, Harshal Pillai.
Put my glasses on in advance this time. I couldn't read anything this morning. Good afternoon to the official party, invited guests, teachers, students, and of course, congratulations to our Year 10 to 12 Cum Laude winners here today. That was a tremendous introduction. Thank you, Olivia. It's a great honor to be here today to have the chance to speak to you all. I have to admit, I'm quite nervous standing here. When Doc Moores called to ask if I would speak at this ceremony, my first thought was actually, wow, I'm really old. But my second thought was, I have no idea what to say. I thought maybe I should share some of the lessons I've learned in the 10 years since finishing school. A few things came to mind. The first was, don't overload the bench press at the gym because you have an ego and end up injuring your shoulder so badly you need a corticosteroid injection to stop the pain. Another was, don't get your car towed on the day of your audition for NIDA and end up running 7 kilometers through the torrential Brisbane rain before arriving half an hour late and dripping water all over the stage. Somehow these seemed too specific. Eventually I managed to come up with a few more general lessons, and if I had the opportunity to speak to my younger self, these are the things I would want to say. I want to start by talking about a piece of advice which I think is given to every middle school, high school, university student around the world. It's a piece of advice that I know I was sick of hearing by the time I graduated, and one that I've never fully understood. That piece of advice is follow your passion. I think a lot of mine and the younger generation have heard follow your passion so much that we think if we can just find and follow this elusive passion, it will be the solution to all of our problems. Personally, I think nothing could be further from the truth. Let me explain. I grew up with a love of science and helping people, and so I thought medicine would be perfect for me. So I did what everyone told me to do. I followed my passion. I worked hard, applied, and got in. Once I got in, I thought, finally, I've made it. I've followed my passion and now everything will just fall into place. So I relaxed. I stopped working hard. I didn't attend many lectures and I did the bare minimum to get by. And after a few years, I came to a realization. I hated it. What had I done wrong? I'd followed my passion and yet I was deeply unhappy and unfulfilled. So I took a few years off to travel and reflect, and I had something of an epiphany. You cannot simply follow your passion. Passion will not come, take you gently by the hand, and lead you to success and happiness. I hadn't put in the time or the work necessary to truly do justice to my profession, and so I felt unhappy. So instead of follow your passion, my first lesson is this: deserve your dream. I think a lot of the unhappiness in our generation comes from asking the world what it can offer us instead of asking what we can offer the world. So what can you do to deserve your dream? This brings me to my second lesson: process over results. I don't know if many of you have watched Good Will Hunting. I think parents and teachers have. It's the story of a young janitor at MIT who one day solves an impossible problem on the blackboard of a graduate mathematics class, and everyone is astonished. I'm sure many of you have seen similar stories in movies and TV shows. The unsuspecting genius who wakes up late but somehow always knows the answer. Many of us watch these scenes and feel inspired. Don't. The truth is, the best in any profession are not the most talented. The best are the ones who wake up every day with the intention to be better than the day before. For 20 years, Kobe Bryant woke up at 3 a.m. every day to train and studied hours of film every night. Russell Crowe used to be able to recite his scripts from front to back and back to front. These people rose to the very top of their professions, not just because of their talent, but because they focused on the process of improving every single day. They worked to deserve their dream. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. Instead of focusing so much on your goals, focus instead on what you can do every single day to better yourself. You'll find that as you continue to work, the results will come. It will be difficult. It will require discipline and sacrifice. You will fail and fail again. It will hurt. For every achievement that Olivia read out, I could tell you of 50 other failures. But as Paulo Coelho said in The Alchemist, the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself, and no heart has ever suffered when it goes in search of its dreams. My third lesson, cultivate your friendships. When you're at school, it's easy to keep in touch with your friends. You see them every day in class, you do choir or after-school sport with them, and it's a wonderful time of your life, so I encourage you to enjoy it while you can. After you leave school, however, many of your friends will leave the city, the state, maybe even the country, and keeping in touch becomes a lot harder. Jobs, university, relationships, God forbid, kids, makes maintaining friendships exponentially more difficult. I've been fortunate enough to maintain a close group of friends from school who I've watched go through many hardships and successes, just as they have watched me go through mine. Make an active effort after you leave school to see and talk to the people you care about, because when you need them the most, those are the people who will be there for you. My fourth lesson, an important lesson, be nice to your parents. I'll tell you a little known secret about adults. A lot of the time we have no idea what we're doing. We like to pretend we do. Your parents are trying very hard to do the best they can for you. They're worried about whether they're putting too much pressure on you or too little. Even if you clash with them from time to time, understand that each and every one of you has been sent to this school because your parents value your education and care deeply about your future. So next time your parents ask you how your day was at school, try and do a little better than good. So be nice to your parents, and my next lesson, maybe even more important, be nicer to your teachers. I apologized this morning to a couple of teachers. I'll take the chance to apologize again because I feel like they probably deserve it. Doc Moores, I'm sorry again. I sat at the back of class with Bryce, Blake, and Jamison, and I apologize on behalf of all four of us for not doing homework once in 2 years. We did tell you that one dog ate all four of our homework pieces. Wasn't true. Mr. Malchiori, I'm sorry that I used to swing on my chair during class and tell you that I was moving to sit with my friends so I could tutor them. I wasn't. In all seriousness though, let me tell you something about your teachers. Writing an essay on Hamlet is hard. I'll tell you what's harder though. Marking 23 of those assignments after hours without pay while giving personalized feedback to each student before telling your parents at parent-teacher interviews that, yeah, your child's doing okay, but they'd do a bit better if they focus more, when what they really want to say is you'd do better if you stopped talking for every 4 seconds and actually did your homework, and then your teachers go home to have a glass or 3 of wine to de-stress and do it all the next day. Teachers, you can once again thank me later for this. Seriously, your teachers work harder than you know, and no one is going to be more happy with your success than them, so try and show them some appreciation. Finally, my last lesson, be nicest to yourself. Growing up as a young person in school is difficult. Keeping up with social media trends, this new be real thing that my sister talks about, I don't know what that is. You guys obviously do. The pressures of school, extracurriculars, friendship dramas. It's all difficult, I know. So take the time to be nice to yourself. Make sure you're eating well, sleeping well, keeping an eye on your mental health and reaching out when you feel like you need help. Maybe even try putting your phone away an hour before bed. So there you have it. Those are some of the lessons I've learned since finishing school. Don't just follow your passion. Deserve your dream by focusing on process over results. Cultivate your friendships. Be nice to your parents. Be nicer to your teachers. And be nicest to yourself. And don't overload the bench press. It still hurts. Thank you.
Harshal is a very special person. Just a reminder to my Year 11 physics class that homework will be checked with no excuses. Good afternoon, Mr. Kelly, special guest, Mr. Harshal Pillay, colleagues, parents, cum laude award winners and students. For the past 2 years, the education sector, in light of the global pandemic, has focused on youth resilience and strategies to cope in the changing educational environment. The ability of students to rapidly adapt, to bounce back when faced with a period of absence through illness, to remain focused and determined with their studies, and to work with perseverance are all qualities that have been embraced by our students. Today, I congratulate our award winners for successfully navigating a path with their academic studies to ensure that they performed at the highest level. It requires determination, a support network that included their families and teachers, a desire to seek and then act on feedback, and a continual drive to achieve their personal best. Well done. For those of you who are not receiving awards today, I encourage you to reflect on your study practices and look for ways to improve, whether this is through focusing on your work ethic, asking questions and seeking feedback during class, or putting together a weekly planner of activities that allows for dedicated time to your academic studies. I look forward to seeing more of you on the stage next year. Today I'll be announcing the award winners in each year level, and I ask that you hold your applause until all the students are assembled in front of the stage. Year 10 Cum Laude Award winners. Anjola Akanyemi. Ephraim Anderson. Kingsley Cameron. Sebastian Eve, Grace Harding, Joel Cohen, Anna Rumalia, Ned Smith, Isabella Wong. Please congratulate our Year 10 Cum Laude Award winners. There are a few students who are away, and I will be reading their names out as well. Year 11, Alexander Anthony, Awani Bawal, Victoria Coates, Isaac English, Thomas Holgren, Grace Ironside, Lily Keats, Alexander Lane, Thomas Rimmer, Amy Siegel, Matthew Tanios, Alex Tao, Juliet Tilson, Shreya Urkaday, Jack Valentine, Matthew Watson, Caden White. Please congratulate our Year 11 Cum Laude Award winners. Year 12, Sydney Adams, Michael Aslan, Owen Beanie, Chloe Bichand, Mac Broad, Lucy Carter, Charlotte Gowland, Isabella Jones, Charlotte Kavanagh, Richard Keats, Andy Lai, Juliet Mayhe, George Marshman, Minha O, Bella Kate Rennie, Catherine Square, Todd Wilson. Please congratulate our Year 12 Cum Laude Award winners. Magna Cum Laude Award winners. Year 10, Zachary Au, Kieran Bartlett, Yasmin Eaton, Ludovan Gray, Eleanor Locke, Lily McClelland, Max Mowat, Minjung O, James Russalam, Vivian Rur, Kate Rose, Johansi Vimalesh. Please congratulate our Magna Cum Laude winners from Year 10. Year 11, Max Blackshaw, Justin Crane, Nils Cumming, Brian Garley, Tara Kelly, Jonathan Keneally, Aston McClelland, David Nugent, Scarlett Poutney, Ellison Ramel, Ella Wackenfeld, Clement Wong, Sangwon Yun, Meher Zulfikar. Please congratulate our Year 11 Magna Cum Laude winners. Year 12, Joel N. Sing Sang, Olivia Bowater, Mackenzie Hatch, Cameron Hitchcock, Ryan Ingram, Claire Zhang, Barnabas Uhas, Estelle Kent, Cody Knight, Brandon Konovalov, Billy Levitt, Amelia Likely, Ethan Lone, Caitlin Murray, Halima Olanian, Nicholas Rose, Wota Tanisio, Lauren Toe, Joshua Welch, Georgia White. Please congratulate our Year 12 Magna Cum Laude. Our Maxima Cum Laude Award winners from Year 10, Yamindi Bandara, Lily Blythe, Amali Birch, Poppy Costello, Alyssa Curtis, Jonathan Davis, Christian De Jersey, Helena Fon, Julia Fulton, Maxwell Hanks, Merel Mazhira, Nicola Hitchcock, Naomi Katash, Ruby Lane, Freya McManus, Ted Muller, Jasmine Masumba, Asha Patel, Carissa Rasalam, Timothy Josiah Rono, Ashna Sabason, Ina Singh, Marianthi Theodosio, Charlotte Toe, please congratulate our Year 11 Maxima Cum Laude winners. Year 11, Reg Olcock, Freya Bogold, Sienna Caniato, Philippa Dowling, Martinez Farrell, Sachi Hira, Victoria Isaac, Ria Joshi, Mia McKinnon, Harper Muller, Sabir Nayar, Arjun Prakash, Evangelos Yelharivis. Please congratulate our Year 11. give them a few moments to get here. It is our largest list of award winners in this category, and I'm delighted to see so many Year 12s here. Year 12, Ella Alicio, Molly Ballantyne, Harris Beanie, Alice Blyes, Helen Brandy, Lucas Brown, Xavier Cameron, Luke Carroll, Jason Chan, Brian Chan, Keisha Cooper, Gabriel Diedrich, Hayley Fitler, Luca Fon, Hasindi Gamage, Philippa Jinku, Amy Jones, Daniel Kim, Nandan Kumar, Holly Laffey, Harrison Levers, Brandon Lindsay, Darcy Locke, Jonathan Lee, Gayatri Menon, Georgia Maidment, Madeline Matthews, Christian Menon, Thomas Middleton, Connor Muldoon, Zane Murdoch, Jude Palmer, Tejal Pillay, Michael Pretorius, Dylan Rao, Lily Rur, Harry Sinthiran, Ashmit Sivayoganathan, Ishan Srivastava, Ananya Savana, Thomas Taylor, Babette Vercoul, Thomas White, Ivan Wong, Suin Yu. An outstanding effort from our Year 12s. Please congratulate.
As our large contingent of Year 12 awardees make their way to their seat, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to our performance today our group that will be forming, which is the Grammar Brass Ensemble, who did the National Anthem. They will conclude with the school song, but as they make their way out, they're here today because we don't talk about Bruno. So can we please welcome them to the stage? Thank you.
Mr. Alan D. Morwood was the 9th headmaster of the school from 1976 through until 1992, and during his 17 years as headmaster, he successfully role-modelled the virtues of scholarly leadership and personal humility. The Alan D. Morwood Awards recognise scholars who have achieved a consistently high standard of academic excellence over the duration of their secondary schooling. These are presented to Year 12 students who have achieved a Cum Laude award in each of their 6 years at our school since Year 7. Ella Alicio, Olivia Bowater, Mac Broad, Luke Carroll, Hesindi Gamage, Philippa Jinku, Claire Zhang, Daniel Kim, Holly Laffey, Darcy Locke, Jonathan Lee, Georgia Maidment, Thomas Middleton, Minha O, Tejal Pillay, Ashmith Sivayoganathan, Thomas Taylor, Wota Tanisio. Can you please congratulate our Alan D. Morwood Award winners? The following 4 students should be commended on their outstanding academic record in their time at our school. These students have achieved maxima Cum Laude awards every year. This is a very special achievement, so I'd like you to congratulate each of these students as they are presented. Nandan Kumar. Brandon Lindsay. Dylan Rao. Ananya Savana. The remaining Alan D. Morwood Award winners, thank you.
On behalf of the entire school community gathered here today, our award recipients and parents included, I'd like to thank Harshal for taking the time to speak to us today. Your words were incredibly insightful and very thought-provoking. I ask that you please accept this gift from the school for attending today and taking the time. Could I ask now that you please stand for the singing of the school song and stay standing afterwards? Thank you.
Argentum numero correns omentum opus fossilis naturae patribus sunt nostris curae eragamus meliores ut fiamus sicut bene hoc intrato melius hinc exeato. Dum sessentit towns villares nostros diligemus lares resplendescent naturae, Townsville ores puriore, idagamus, meliores ut fiamus, sicut bene hoc intranto, melius inc exeato.
That concludes our Senior School Cum Laude Awards ceremony. I ask that you stay standing for the departure of the official party.